Let's start the new year creative. We are going to burst into 2025, all guns blazing, and create a stunning three-dimensional orchid piece using a palette knife and some cheeky techniques to really make this beauty pop. Hang in there until the end to see the finished result. And before we start the episode, I wanted to wish everyone, my lovely subscribers, my amazing patrons, all of you guys, a great, blessed 2025. I know lots of you will be rather engaged in cooking than creating art, but perhaps you would like to watch a simple tutorial today, and I will be using predominantly palette knife. I will be working on a smaller canvas. As you can see, it's reused. There's no point throwing away your old canvas if you're not happy with the design. By the way, it was black. I painted it white. I'm going to try something completely out of my comfort zone. I've done some palette knife work before, however, I've never used some random colors, creating a really colorful background. I've got Naples yellow, I've got Wedgwood, champagne, orange yellow, turquoise, green, light blue permanent, Prussian blue as well. I might be actually mixing colors on the canvas to make it even more interesting. So see this, you can see some patterns from before. It was a very old canvas with a pour that I found. These seem to be my favorite color. I used it in the latest video. This is a very thick canvas, layers of paint, so I can use it as my mixing ground. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. That's what I wanted. A little bit of white was missing. So this is my midsection here. When you move your palette knife, quick, sharp moves, you get those interesting patchy marks. If that's what you like. You can see what I did here. I added more Wedgwood because I do want this side darker. Prussian blue's got a hint of green in it. Hopefully it's going to look good together. Testing what works. If you want one color applied, you have to mix it on the plate and then touch those sections. Now there's a lot happening. I'm going to dry it with my hairdryer. Let's make it more dramatic. We've got Naples yellow. That will be my beige, blended with the turquoise and blue. Okay, so this is champagne, not the color I often use, but oh, that's pretty. I thought I wouldn't like to see the patterns underneath, but I am liking them, so I might leave it like this, you know. Now my intention was to get darker with some oranges. Look at that. So going gently over this light to make it peep through. We're creating the whole new color here. I think the colors look very well together. We are talking about the opposite of the color spectrum, so we're talking complementary colors here. Reminds me of something. It reminds me that I think I used orange and blue before, but I can't think of which painting that was. Kind of looks a little bit familiar, the color scheme I'm talking about. Whoa, that's vibrant. Very vibrant. Why not? The more I look at it, the more I would like to see a vase here. That's not my comfort zone, absolutely not. The vase is going to be standing on something. I'm kind of wondering how big. Okay, that's it. I picked some more reds. Even though I applied the palette knife vertically, now I'm going to be dragging it horizontally. So I'll need some blue. Oh, that's a lot. If you're wondering what this is the same blue with a touch of gold, because I wanted to mute this section a little bit. Color in between the blue and the orange. A little bit here. I might even use a brush just to spread the paint first everywhere and then come back with the palette knife. And I'm going to dry it so that I've got some base color underneath. I want some marks this way now, here and there. Now I need some more of this red. Look, I'll apply a little bit more red here and darker blue to this side. If you want it more blended, use a brush. I'm trying out a vase. I'm doing it on a scrap of paper to see where I want it and whether maybe I want a bit fatter. Now I can see how low do I want it. I was thinking of the flowers. Do you know what I'm craving? But I don't know if that's possible even with a palette knife. I would like some orchid. I know you probably didn't expect that, the background with the orchids, but I really wanted some orchids. I did paint some orchids before. It was Fimo plus air drying clay. That was fun actually. It was a long time ago. Yeah, there's a link here. Okay, so first of all, let's transfer the vase. This is dark. I'm going to outline it first. Oh, that's a nice color. I've decided to cover the whole thing with dark and then I'll be back with the lighter color on top. This is blue with turquoise and some more black and white. I'm doing it on wet background, so some of it will blend. Yes, I don't have highlights on the vase, I know that. But now my main concern is the orchid. Ah, the orchid. How do I make the orchid? I'm thinking how to position the orchid. Something like that. I'm going to do the flowers first. Look what I found. This one helped me. I like this one for two reasons. It's called World Peace. That's awesome. It's white with hint of cream and purple. No, one will be sideways, so I don't even know how this is going to look. Something like that, what do you think? Well, my best friend, super heavy gesso. I thought, why not try this for the petals? I would like to see the tiniest bit of pink in it, to be honest. You see, that's when I say a hint, I mean a hint. Wow, so far it's awesome. And then I destroyed it. Now hopefully not. Okay, so now I am going to do this one. Main thing is not to destroy the first one. Can use now this palette knife to get the right shape. I wish they were not so small, because that's my problem. If the petals were bigger, it would be so much easier. I thought, what would happen if I touched the first one with a brush and a little bit of the pink? When I touch it, I don't destroy it, so that's good, and I can immediately apply a bit of pink. Okay, now we've got this one. It will be rather thin, so I have to apply them with this palette knife. Wow, no, not bad, you know. How would you apply a round stem with a palette knife? I don't think I can do it. I am going to take a bit of cellophane. I'm going to make a tube. That's it. Amazing tube. Now please don't tell me that I didn't make enough. This is like super wonky. What time is it? 1 a.m. Okay, that explains it. Yes, I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh no, oh no. I don't. Okay, I managed to fix the stem. My last chance to add a petal. I think it might have just one. No, let's flatten it. This is all dry in a couple of hours, very, very quickly. I thought I'm going to darken the midsections a little bit. I think will help unify the painting. White and pink, peach and the pink. Orchid's got different green. I think this will look nice. I am really wondering, should I use my cone for the midsections? Would that be safer? Or should I use palette knife? Oh, should I use both? I mixed 3 different pinks. I am going to make this first touch with palette knife and see what I can do with this. First of all, I need to cut the end. I need 2, let's call them wings, going up. Also, be ready with some water. Okay, now, did they go like, what have we got here? Look at this. If you've ever watched a series called Battlestar Galactica, then you will know what I mean. Oh, this is so funny. It's not going to look like that in the end. There'll be some yellow and some white. So, but at the moment, I need to do the second one. It's so small that doing it with palette knife would have been a huge challenge. Well, the 2 Cylon Raiders are ready, but I'm going to add, I don't even know how to call it. This is one of the strangest parts of the flower I've seen. Like a landing pad for the bees, maybe. And that should be slightly curved. What is this? You have to see that from close. I got something. Look at this. Okay. Honestly, one of the weirdest thing ever. Probably the 3rd orchid I would get it right. I must say, I did painted some orchids. I'm going to show you. I really like the painting. It's hanging in my bedroom. Actually, I'm going to bring it and show it to you. And it's not something I show on my channel, but just to show you that yes, I can paint orchids, and you know, it's so much easier when it's flat. You can do those bizarre sections. Generally, I absolutely adore working with 3D. I did not expect I would be using a cone at all. I thought it was going to be palette knife work. That's how it all started. I concluded that nobody could do this. I mean, maybe somebody could. So small with a palette knife. I bet, you know, if it was much bigger, I could manage. But I'm enjoying myself. Waiting for those bodies to dry, I can do something that's super typical of every orchid. I still haven't finished with the mid parts, but honestly, I don't want to risk that. I think they're looking much better now. The missing bit, the head of, I don't know, it's like a bird, by the way, you know, here in between. I'm using a needle because I still think my pink addition is too wet. I wanted quite a lot here. Well, that's I think the beak might be a bit too long. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's funny. We're getting there. So now it's just a yellow missing, and of course the vase. I know I haven't finished it. I wanted to add some highlights on the vase, of course. The last bit, we need some white. That's more like it. A little bit of texture here and there. I was going to finish when I realized that I forgot about adding drops of magenta. and yellow. I'm going to use Naples yellow because that's the one that I used for the background. Somewhere here. Now I'm done. Yes. Well, there we are. I hope you enjoyed this one. I also hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's with your friends and loved ones. I would love to hear what you've been up to in the comments, as I took a bit of time off during the holidays. If you are looking for more content, you can find it on my Patreon, and this first piece of the year is available for sale at abcreativeofficial.com. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all next Saturday. Bye bye!